Hello! My name is Callista, and welcome back to Danganronpa V3, Killing Harmony. In the last episode, the students were trying to figure out the mystery of the virtual world. Now, Shuichi is doing that by focusing on the way the sign interacted with the river, because it was rather interesting. It appeared as though the sign was carried against the river's current.
We all saw Mew drop the sign and watched the river carry it downstream.
That we did.
And the river was wide there. The sign should have traveled downriver toward the chapel, correct? It should have hit the wall on the far side of the chapel and stopped there. But that's not where we found it. We found it near the mansion, nestled in some rocks.
The signboard should have been near the chapel, but we found it on the other side.
So, what does that tell you about the virtual world?
Hold up. Didn't you stay on the chapel side? She probably grabbed the signboard from the chapel wall to cross the river.
But she didn't need to. She could just go through the wall. The wall only lets objects pass. Her avatar was marked as an object. She didn't need to cross the river.
Then left it on the boulders near the mansion so she could get back.
But she didn't need to do any of that, Kaito. She didn't need to do that.
Why would she leave the signboard where it could get swept away and leave her stranded?
Also, this has nothing to do with walking through the wall, right? We're getting off topic. We're so close to the truth. We just have to connect the how and what. All the mysterious things that happened have to connect with each other somehow.
Connect how?
A wall only objects can pass through. Sounds that shouldn't be heard. A signboard going against the river current. How are they all connected?
Again, I know I've said this before, and I'll keep on saying it. Y'all are thinking about the virtual world like it's a big field. Think about it instead like it's a very small planet. It all loops, it all connects.
I don't know, but Shuichi should know, right?
What?
We would be in a lot of trouble if you didn't. The only one who can solve this mystery and save us all is you.
Oh. Kokichi's been kissing so much ass in this trial. And I don't trust it. I don't trust Kokichi in the slightest. I was thinking about this. Who do I trust more, Kokichi or Kaito? Thinking about it, I have zero trust in Kokichi, so I guess that means I have negative trust in Kaito, because I would trust Kokichi more. Kokichi... Here's the thing. Kokichi is a liar, but he's a known liar, and he's a self-admitted liar. Kokichi all the time says, yeah, I lie. I am a liar. I was lying then. Because of that, you know, okay, Kokichi is talking. I should be taking this with a grain of salt. I shouldn't be trusting him blindly. I should be thinking things through. With Kaito, I've got to be honest, Kaito is just an insanely vapid character. He has no substance. His whole shtick is, I'm the hero. I look out for my sidekick. When I lie, that doesn't say anything about me personally, but when Kokichi lies, it makes him fake. I'm not fake for lying, though. No, not at all. It's one rule for me and another rule for everyone else. Like, he has no substance. And what makes it even worse, in my opinion, Kaito was lying before because he had a bruised ego. It was a benign lie. There is no shame in admitting that. Yeah, oh, I'm gonna lie. Oh, Kokichi, you're so fake for lying. You're so fake for telling all these lies. But I'm not fake for lying to save my ego. Like, sir, pot calling the kettle black here. At least Kokichi has some substance. At least he admits his faults. Kaito doesn't. Kaito just has nothing behind him. Yeah, I stand by what I said, dickhead. I stand by it.
So, how are they connected? Do you know Shuichi?
Ah, well, what we know so far is that the unnatural way the sign was carried is possibly related to the wall.
What's the question? What clue is related to the unnatural way the signboard was carried on the... He literally just said the unnatural way the signboard was carried is probably related to the wall. I'm not going insane, am I? He literally just said that, so I'm just gonna go through this. There's nothing really to do with the river. Yeah, this is more to do with the signboard. This feels like they literally want us to repeat back what Shuichi just said, that the wall is related to this.
This is it!
That's weird.
It might have to do with a wall that only objects can pass through.
We think that the unnatural way the sign moved through the river is related to the wall. What is related to the unnatural way the sign went through the... That was a bit weird.
The sign should have stopped at the wall on the other side of the chapel. But if that wall happened to be the one that Mew set to allow objects through...
I see. It's a wall only non-humans can pass through. That means the signboard can pass through the wall, right?
Even if it could pass through the chapel wall, how did it end up by the mansion?
Because it passed through the wall and ended up on the other side.
The only way it could do that is if the wall was a warp zone. But it's not, right?
I swear, when the other students ask questions, I don't feel anything. Like Himiko just now. My main thought is that, like, oh, well, she doesn't understand. This is a perfectly reasonable question. She doesn't get what's going on. As soon as Kaito chimes in, I'm just like, why don't you know? Why don't you understand this? Oh, Himiko, excellent question. Go on, darling, go on. Oh. I feel my sanity slipping. I feel it. I feel it in my heart. Every time Kaito says, does, or appears on screen, I can feel my blood pressure just rising. That's right. That's the real issue here. How could the signboard pass through the wall but end up on the mansion side? What would explain that?
Leave it to me, Shuichi. I, your partner, will give you hints in times of trouble.
What?
This is the virtual world. We should throw away all of our common sense, okay?
Huh? The hell does that even mean?
Kokichi might be onto something there. Tell that to Kaito. Tell it to him. Tell it to his face. We need to forget about what we know and just think about it. How did the signboard pass through the wall downstream and end up upstream? Putting common sense aside and focusing on the flow of the river. Yet they're connected. It's the same stream.
That's it! What if both ends of the river were connected?
Huh? Both ends of river connected?
Exactly. To put it another way, the river isn't cut off at the wall near the chapel. It's all part of one big loop. The upstream part of the river is connected to it.
What? What are you talking about? Both ends of the river can't...
Why not? It's a video game. It's the virtual world. Who says they can't connect?
Again, throw out all common sense from your head. We're talking about the virtual world.
Then what about the wall? There was only one wall that could be passed through.
And there is only one wall.
Right. Even if the river's connected and it goes through the chapel wall, it wouldn't have been able to go through the mansion wall too.
Unless they're the exact same wall. Wait, in that case...
I got it! I know why Mew only set up one wall.
What are you talking about now?
The reason she only set up one wall is because the chapel and the mansion walls... they're the exact same wall.
That's it! The walls by the chapel and the mansion aren't separate. They're the same wall.
The same wall?
It's not just the river. The walls themselves are connected. Don't think of it as two separate walls, but a single wall parallel to the y-axis. That single wall divides the entire virtual world. The idea is, you pass through the wall by the chapel and come out by the mansion.
Everything is starting to connect. See, didn't I tell you? Everything is connected.
Ah, Kokichi. He's known all of this since the beginning. I mean, he would have to know all this since the beginning. He managed to outplan Mew's murder plan. Kokichi, you little shit.
Damn it, Kokichi! Just tell us...
It's okay. More importantly, this is the final stretch! If both the river and wall are connected, then you can find the secret. Shuichi, you already know the secret behind the virtual world, right?
The secret, huh? Yes, I suppose we should clear that up. We need to solve the mystery of the virtual world. Okay, Hangman's Gambit. Okay, 1 second, let me... A was flash. Y was grab the letter. Okay, A flash, Y grab. Okay, I can remember that. Okay. What do we have? We have 5 and 5. Loops? No, no, where is it? Okay, let's... Okay, not loops. To be fair, loops around. Around wouldn't fit in the second place. We've got... It's not likely to start with an O. We've got R's and N. I've got 5 minutes on this, so I can take my time. moves? Let's... Oh, it's W! Wraps? Oh! Okay. If that isn't wraps... Oh, wait a minute, wait a minute. World. I think you were an L. And you were a D. World. And now I am stuck. Okay. We're getting... Typically speaking, when you get onto the next word, you start seeing influxes of new letters, and we're not getting that. You know what? Loops. Okay, so I wasn't right about it being the first, but... Where's another O? No, I need a P. Where are you? No, Y. Y. There we go. An S. Loops. Okay. There we go.
Yes, that's it. The virtual world is a loop.
Hey, there you go. You've got it, buddy.
Loop?
Just like in old games, right? Like, for example, when a character goes off the left side of the screen and reappears on the right.
Yes, exactly. The edges of the virtual world are linked together in a continuous loop.
The virtual world loops?
Like, again, like it's a very tiny planet. You can just walk around it in a day.
What in the world?
If that's true, it would explain the way the signboard was swept away.
I'm sorry, I just realized I'm using the comparison of it's a very tiny planet. Kaito, you're the ultimate astronaut. You should get that immediately. You should get that immediately. Why are you having such a tough time with it, Mr. Astronaut Man?
It vanished into the wall downstream of the river, came out of that same wall upstream, and floated with the current until it got caught on the rocks.
What was the world like before Mew added the wall?
Actually, there wasn't a wall on the y-axis at all, and the x-axis was set to loop.
Are you serious? Even if it is a computer program, isn't that too crazy?
Again, Mr. Astronaut, you should be... What do you not understand about the idea of a very tiny planet? You're an astronaut!
A looping world. That's more extraordinary than even magic.
But at least it's not a boring answer. It also explains all the things that happened.
Huh? It doesn't explain everything, does it? Because we still don't know why we heard that one sound or Kibo's voice.
Because we were right next to them. We were right next door. That's why we heard it.
Yeah, sound doesn't go past the map loading point.
It didn't have to. They're literally right next to each. Remember to breathe, Callista. Remember to breathe. Everything's gonna be fine. Kaito's gonna die soon. He's ill. He's dying. He will die. And you won't have to deal with him anymore. Just breathe.
Actually, if we know that the world is a loop, we can explain that as well.
Huh? Really?
Yes, but first we need to be clear where the loop starts.
Where the loop starts. Doesn't it loop at the walls next to the mansion and chapel?
What? No, because that's something that Mew added. I would assume the loop would be where it loads you in. You can wander about willy-nilly, but then as soon as you hit the map loading point, okay, here's the loop.
Not necessarily. If we heard a noise at the chapel from inside the mansion, then the loop...
I would assume...
There!
Yeah!
The map loading point was where the virtual world looped.
Because that wasn't anything that Mew added. That was there from the get-go.
We thought the loading point was in the middle of the map. But the loading point was actually at the edges.
So the wall Mew created wasn't at the edges of the world, but rather... her wall was at the center of the world.
I see. So the mansion and chapel were near each other, with a wall between them.
Mm-hmm.
And any sounds emitted near the chapel would also reach the mansion. The wall only allows non-humans to pass through, so sound should be able to pass through easily.
That's right. That's how the virtual world works.
Impressive, Shuichi!
Okay, sir.
For you to get this far! Yes! Yes! You are useful indeed!
Kokichi, can you put your dick away, please? Can you put your dick away, please? I am concerned that you may have it out right now. Please, put it away.
For you to get this far? What are you, some villain pulling the strings?
Nope. Mew pulled the strings here, not me. Remember?
Yeah. But it seems like you're pulling the strings now because you're up to your neck in it. You're up to your neck in it, dickhead. I'm not gonna think about it. I'm not gonna think about it.
Mew also set this trap. It all began when Mew showed us the map. Because of the map, we mistakenly thought the loading point was at the center, which in turn made the mansion and chapel seem farther away from each other.
But the structure of the world wasn't actually like that. There was a wall along the y-axis, and the x-axis came around in a loop.
By putting that wall in the center of that world, she cut off the loop.
So ever since Mew showed us that map, we were caught in her trap. But we solved this mystery thanks to Shuichi. All hail our savior!
I said put your dick away, sir! Stop it!
Yeah, if Shuichi wasn't here, then we never would have solved this mystery. That's right. Good work, Shuichi.
Thanks, Shuichi. You saved us.
I am expecting Kaito to come in and be like, oh, oi, knock it off. Where's my praise?
You're welcome.
Why aren't you congratulating him? He's your best bud. He's your bro. He's your sidekick. Why aren't you joining in with all the congratulations? Or are you just salty that everyone's not mistaking his accomplishments for yours because you've been sat here doing fuck all this entire time? Are you actually trying to build him up, or do you want everyone to think you're amazing? Because his accomplishments are your accomplishments. I wonder, Kaito. I wonder.
Just because we found out the virtual world's secret doesn't mean we can take it easy yet. Actually, This culprit hunt just got to the exciting part. Even if we know all the tricks, it's pretty meaningless if we don't find the culprit. That's how a class trial works, after all!
Kokichi talking like Monokuma again.
No matter what you say, I'm not gonna believe your lies. I'm gonna believe in everyone. That's how I'm gonna reach the truth.
You have reached fuck all. Shuichi has reached the truth. Shuichi has done all the hard work. And guess what? Shuichi does not have to cede his accomplishments to you. You do not get to claim credit for all of his hard work. No one is buying your bullshit. No one is seeing you as the great hero here based off of Shuichi's work. You have done fuck all, and you are going to continue doing fuck all while Shuichi does all the hard work.
I can't wait to see what happens next!
Sir, don't... You have this look of like, I can't believe Kokichi is behaving this way, all the while you're acting as Kaito's doormat. Like, sir. What is Kokichi's plan here? He's definitely prodding at Kaito on purpose. Well, there's no time for distractions like him. Again, because Kaito has been so much help. Kaito has been so much help going off in random tangents and distracting from the truth. Meanwhile, Kokichi was actually been, somewhat helpful. He's a little shit and I don't like him, but he's actually being helpful. Oh, he's a distraction. He's a distraction. Kaito telling me I'm wrong? That's a-okay. God damn it. What we have to do is find the culprit who killed Mew. It doesn't matter how many little mysteries we solve, if we can't find the culprit, it would all be for nothing. But I still don't know for sure who it could be. Kaito. Kaito did it. He needs to have done it. I want him dead, and he needs to have done it. I'm not... Brain, don't. Brain, stop. Brain? You can't be making me think of these things. Kaito did it. I am secure in that fact. Kaito did it. Who used Mew's own plan against her to kill her? Who killed Mew? The answer to those questions isn't necessarily the same person. Because I definitely... Kokichi... No, it's fine. It's fine. Kokichi definitely...
Aww.
I keep saying this, Kokichi, he's up to his neck in it. So many things point to Kokichi. I'm like, you had a hand in this. Again, I'm going to ignore my brain. I'm going to ignore it for the time being. Man, I'm bushed! I got no motivation at all! And Monophanie's period is late too! Okay! Father, why do you know Monophanie's cycle?
And another thing.
Never mind that! Perhaps this lack of motivation is due to a lack of hibernation.
Yeah?
Lack of hibernation?
Yeah!
Yeah, I haven't been sleeping well lately, so I haven't really been able to hibernate.
Mm-hmm.
That's awful. What could be causing it?
Ah!
Is it 'cause you have a lot on your mind?
Huh?
Is it 'cause the graveyard shift pays a better hourly wage?
Huh? Really?
Is it 'cause you don't want them to think you're just goofing around?
Huh?
Is it 'cause you want to stay friends?
Huh?
Is it 'cause you want to watch it in real time? Father? into hibernation. We should let them be.
Oh.
Yeah, you're right. Night-night. That was strange. That was very, very strange.
My head!
And on that note, I am going to bring this episode to a close right here. In the next one, what's going to happen in the second half of the class trial? Find out then. So, please remember to like if you enjoyed, leave a comment below, and if you wanted to subscribe, it would be very much appreciated. I've been Callista. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next episode.